In episode 4, we talked about Frank D. Baldwin, the man who became the first double recipient of the Medal of Honor, a soldier who seemed to defy death on every frontier. But today, we're pivoting back to the crucible that defined a generation. We're heading back to the 1860s, to the smoke and the fury of the American Civil War. We're going to Gettysburg, specifically to the center of the line, and the man who held it when the world seemed like it was falling apart. First Lieutenant Alonzo H. Cushing. If you thought the bravery we saw with Baldwin was the peak, wait until you hear how Cushing met his destiny at the high water mark of the Confederacy. Alonzo Cushing was the youngest of three brothers, all of whom served the Union. He was a West Point grad, class of 1861, a class that went straight from the classroom to the slaughterhouse. By July 3rd, 1863, Cushing is commanding Battery A, 4th U.S. Artillery. He's 22 years old. Think about that. 22. He's responsible for the lives of his men and the integrity of the Union Center on the most important day of the Battle of Gettysburg. He's positioned at the angle on Cemetery Ridge. This isn't just any spot. It's the bullseye for everything General Robert E. Lee is about to throw at the Union Army. Then comes Pickett's charge. 12,000 Confederate soldiers start their march across that open field. Cushing's battery is in the absolute eye of the storm. Cushing is pounded by the Confederate artillery. He's wounded early in the fight. A shell fragment rips through his shoulder, but he refuses to go to the rear. He orders his men to keep firing, even as his guns are knocked out one by one. By the time the Confederate infantry gets within yards of his position, Cushing is holding on by sheer willpower. He's literally holding his own intestines in with his hands because of a second horrific wound. He orders his last remaining gun to be moved to the very front of the line, right into the teeth of the charging rebels. He's screaming, "I'll give them one more shot." And then he takes a bullet to his jaw. He dies exactly as the charging line reaches his guns. Cushing's sacrifice helped stop the charge and save the Union Center. But for over 150 years, he didn't get the Medal of Honor. Why? Politics, paperwork, and the passage of time. It wasn't until 2014, thanks to an incredible grassroots campaign, that President Barack Obama finally presented the Medal of Honor to his family. He is the perfect example of the gallantry we talk about on this series. The kind of bravery that doesn't care about medals or fame. It just cares about the line and the duty to hold it. Alonzo Cushing was only 22, but he left a legacy that lasted centuries. If you missed our episode on Frank D. Baldwin, go back and check it out. You'll see the same kind of never quit DNA that Cushing showed at Gettysburg. My name is Kenny. This is Gallantry in Action, and we'll see you next time. Stay legendary.